Hey YouTube, Zelos Talon here, and this is my look at the monstrous, monumental, amazing Legacy Dragonzord from the Power Rangers Legacy Collection. This is the first of two parts. I will be taking a look strictly at the Dragonzord in this part. The second part will go over the battle mode and Mega Dragonzord combinations, because there's just so much with this guy. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, someone get me a tissue, because yeah, that just happened. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Kidding. All right. Yeah, this is probably the most sought after item in the Legacy collection. Probably the most popular one. Well, I don't know about popular as far as sales figures, but this is the one everyone talks about along with the Dragon Dagger. And with good reason. This is just beautiful. I mean, to start, you have die cast in the feet, in the hips, and in either side of the shoulder plate, in either shoulder plate. No stickers on this one as opposed to the Legacy Megazord. All of this is just all painted up. The only parts that they did not paint up is basically all the black surfaces, and then these green pieces going along the tail, and then these green pieces on the bottom of the feet have gold paint, but the green itself is plastic. All the other green on the figure is painted on there. So all the other green, all the gold, all the silver, this is painted head to toe, and it's just beautiful, just so beautiful. There are no lights or sounds for the chest, but I'd gladly trade that off for the die cast and just the quality of the construction and the appearance. He's nowhere near as stumpy looking as the original Dragonzord was. He still has these oddly thin thighs, which with the longer legs, I mean, not it's his shins that are thin, not his thighs. I'm stupid today. But with the longer legs, it does look a little bit weird still. But it's necessary for transformation, so I'll, be accepting of it. And getting in my way here, as you can see, is the enormous articulated tail. Apparently this is 11 inches of articulated tail. It says so right on the box. 11 inches articulated tail. Legacy Dragonzord! Yep, again, lovely, lovely vintage style box with a cardboard tray. You do also get the base of the power staff in there that I dropped like a klutz. And then you also do get an additional pair of hands. You can have them either with the missile launching hands, which are necessary for transformation, or, if you want that more classic look, for your Dragonzord. He does also come with these relaxed posed hands, kind of, which I just like so much better for the Dragon mode. It's just a lot more expressive, and you can kind of have him like put his hand on a little shorter figure, like there, I pat you, or just grasping, or it's just, it looks so much better to me. I mean, it's a matter of personal preference, but that's up to you. As you can see, you can rotate the hands on the wrist swivel. They can actually move up a little bit, which the original Dragonzord couldn't do. They still move down for transformation. You get more range by using the missile fire hands, because those are needed for the transformation. These will not go down far enough. The hip can move a little bit. It's restricted backwards by the tail. He does have a knee. The ankle can pivot and tilt side to side slightly, so very nice. And then every segment of the tail is ball jointed, which, as you can see, it's much longer, bigger, more articulated than the original Dragonzord's tail was, even the tip especially. The segments do collapse if you want that straighter looking tail, which comes into play with the battle mode more, but I do like having this option to pose it and swing it around and stuff. It's just, oh, it's so nice. Another nice thing about this figure is that it does scale a lot better with the Dino or Legacy Megazords than the original Mighty Morphin toys did. Originally in Mighty Morphin, just because the Megazord was so much bigger. This isn't actually all that much taller than the original Dragonzord, but it's a lot sleeker and the tail's a lot bigger. He's a little bit taller than original Dragonzord, and then with the new Megazord being noticeably shorter, like not tragically shorter, but noticeably shorter than the original one. I'll just pull out the Tyrannosaurus here to start. You can see kind of the size difference going on here is magnified compared to the original toys. The original Tyrannosaurus was a bit bigger in comparison to Dragonzord than this guy is. But, you know, just whipping out the Megazord here. I could pull out the Dino Megazord, but I would rather compare Legacy to Legacy here. He's just so much better. Yeah, the scaling issues that were present with the originals are far less significant now. They do scale much better. As you can see, the top of the horn for the Dragonzord is right about where the Megazord's head is, so they look great together. And of course, you know, being in the Legacy line, he does have these Zord Builder port connectors for, you know, the legs and stuff, and that'll come into play later. So once you get into the combinations, he is mix and matchable with other Zord Builder type things. However, the weight of him causes issues, and I really don't recommend pairing him with anything other than the Legacy Megazord. So, a nice thing about all these painted details, going back to that, is this is all textured. None of this is a flat surface that has just a sticker slapped on it. This is all these painted lines and stuff. This is all sculpted lines, and then, you know, they painted around it accordingly. And it's just beautiful because it really gives it that texture like it had in the show, that was kind of missing from the original Dragonzord, and what kind of allowed all of its detailing to be supplanted by like a gazillion lightning bolts and a couple of M's. This is just gorgeously accurate to how the Dragonzord appeared in the show. And his mouth actually stays closed now because it's not spring-loaded. Hey, look at that, look at that. Oh my god. It's all the little things, you know. It's all the little things. Interchangeable hands. That counts as a little thing. Yeah, the hands, simple matter of just pop them off and put them back on. Like so. Like so, and now he can be firing missiles. The hands themselves are not difficult to put on. It's the fact that the wrist is always wanting to move on you that makes them kind of a pain. And I do appreciate the little bit of black paint on the inside of all the fingers on both pairs of hands. So you get that nice amount of detail. But just a gorgeous piece. And it really does belong in your collection if you're a Power Rangers fan or any kind of mecha fan, or even this being bestial in nature, a monster fan. This would not look out of place, you know, in a setup of, you know, some like kaiju monsters or something like that. I mean, he was always the Dragonzord was clearly inspired by Mechagodzilla, so why not? But just so astonishing. This is just, if the Legacy Megazord was the Megazord we needed, this is definitely the Dragonzord that we've always needed. This is the definitive Dragonzord in my opinion. Screw the original, screw even the Dragon Caesar, just because the quality of this is just so much better. I mean, the only thing those have going for them is nostalgia, which, don't get me wrong, that's the only reason this thing even exists. But it's better. It's amazing to see what Bandai America can do when they really put their heads to it and really want that collector's money, because they definitely got mine. So definitely pick up a Legacy Dragonzord if you can. Zealous down.